Welcome back, episode 40.
Grow brighter around one constant. They revolve.
If maybe that phrase had been introduced 5 or 6 hours ago.
Is dead.
Sure.
But you're alive here in me. Maybe Hedron put you in our heads when we met her. Maybe you were always there. And she was just trying to teach me how to trigger you.
Don't buy it, but okay.
Maybe I'll never understand. Maybe I don't need to. Trench was the first to be corrupted by the hiss.
That doesn't make any sense, but
Slowly,
okay.
over the years, his need for control only made it worse. It was Trench who took the projector to the nostalgia department. He opened the door to the hiss. Just like that.
Then why has he been helping us?
With Hedron dead, the hiss tried to corrupt me too. But I'm stronger than them. We're stronger.
This is the doorway that we couldn't get through at the very
They're
beginning of the game because it was giving us a headache. The hiss were
They'll
too
try to
strong.
stop us.
Well, we'll push through now because we are stronger than the hiss. Now, it's been quite a while since I've gotten a save point, which makes this part a little bit difficult for us to commentate on, so pardon me if my commentary falls apart.
Dream. A bad dream. And the whole world was dreaming with her.
Dylan?
She convinced herself that she was awake. She's always been stubborn. I knew I had to end her dream. I had to wake her up. I had to rip down the poster she'd been staring at. Cut off her eyelids to make her see. To save her.
Now, that part I liked. I liked that speech quite a bit. I think it was pretty good. I also like this breathing space here. Now, the thing about this is that these pillar type things, they just kind of move in and out at random. The noise of the fog does help to sell them. I don't know, if it had been me, I might have made them like pulse in a particular pattern, but I guess they wanted them to feel very confusing and arbitrary, which they do. It definitely sells the feel because it's a very claustrophobic thing happening, and it's happening all around us. There's a lot of motion in a lot of different directions. I bet that the YouTube encoder is going to go ballistic trying to compress it, but we shall find out. One thing that's very confusing to me is every time I look at these, all I can see is a friggin' Go board. The pattern that they use to kind of say that, oh look, it's strange alien surface, it's a Go board. I think that's just incidental, like accidental. I think it's just something that I noticed that never was intended, but it sure is strange to see. If we try and go that way, we die. But we're invincible, so we don't die that much. Here you can see that the hiss have started to turn from their sharp angles into this kind of... They're falling apart into a lot of different directions, and they're sort of surrounding this glowing eyeball thing. This is also very similar to Life is Strange. The later portions of Life is Strange really had a sort of eyeball background fetish. I don't know if you remember that. It's kind of interesting how many recurring motifs there are between these games, despite them not being similar.
I know he's still there somewhere. Locked inside.
We've never met
I
him.
know, because that's how it was for me.
What are you talking about? So here we have something that's supposed to feel quite a bit like the Ashtray Maze. It doesn't really pull it off, but it is a decent attempt. One of the big problems why it doesn't pull it off is simply that this is not a very entertaining set of visuals, and the song is just some drums. I'm sure that for some people could really, you know, drums, wah! But I think for most people they prefer the rock songs. These level 30 people are not that strong. Come on! There they are. I think we have to kill them all. I wouldn't be fighting them if I didn't think that. But you can see how this is a pale, pale shadow of the Ashtray Maze. There's no movement, there's no musicality, there's no sense that we're working with someone. It's just endless fighting. But at least we are super powered up to allow us to deal a tremendous amount of damage, and that makes this a little bit fun. Annoying. Pardon me for yelling at it, but if this was a musical sequence, we would be having a good time. Of course, the idea here is that we're not supposed to be having a great time. We're supposed to be on a journey to save our brother. But we've been on a journey to save our brother from the beginning, and we've never met him. We have never met our brother. We've never seen him in our memories. We've never seen him be normal. We've only ever seen him be wacky, wacky, crazy. And it's hard to feel like there is someone there to save, because although the character loves their brother, we've never had a chance to see her brother or see how much she loves him. It's just this endless parade of, I guess I should do this because that's the sort of thing that I'm supposed to want to do. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do either. Anyway, we're going to have about a 50 or 60 second loading sequence here in order to put us back up on the rock. I don't want to sound too down on this. This sequence is not... It's not bad, especially if you're cheating. It's just that it's not a high point. It's not emotionally resonant. They seem to think that they have some kind of... Do I have to start over? Where the heck am I? They seem to think that they have some kind of emotional resonance with us. They seem to think that this kind of scenery and these kinds of fights mean something to us. And maybe to some people they do. I don't get emotionally attached to fights because I don't like fights. They're really boring. So maybe I'm not the target, the person that they could have convinced with this stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I don't play Alan Wake. Everyone's like, you should play Alan Wake. It's like, I know I won't like it because they try and convince me that I've played chunks of it, but they try to convince me that Alan's in danger because he's being attacked by zombies or whatever. It's like, that's not going to convince me that he's in danger. Everybody's always being attacked by zombies in games. That's games. There's 0% interesting about that. And I can't cheat through Alan Wake the same way I can cheat through this. That doesn't mean Alan Wake is bad. It's just not aimed at me. Whoa, look at that. She actually jumped when I told her to jump this time. think we have to fight these folks. I don't see a path forward without fighting them. They wanted us to fight this invisible guy. That's why they stopped us. So I think this is supposed to be sort of like the super ending. Like, oh look, you're getting faced by all of the enemies you've ever fought before, tested on all that you've learned about fighting, and it's like, but I didn't play this game to learn about fighting. That is just not the interesting part of the game for me. So it's very hard for me to buy it. It's like, I played the game because I wanted to know more about the oldest house and about Jesse, and we never really got to wallow in that. We never really got to feel that for very long. It was always, hey, you ready for the next fight yet? Oh, there's the enemy. And that's me dead. Now, I believe that most players found this sequence to be incredibly obnoxious because it kills you a lot. But if you cheat, it's just tedious. Now, we've been fighting for 10 minutes straight, and we could stop the episode and start a new one. Do you want to have 2 straight episodes of me fighting? Because you know how much I look good fighting. I'm just the best fighter. I make everything look fun because I love fighting so much. Alright, so I'm just kind of throwing things around and wasting energy at this point. I think I just heard some bricks, so let's see whether or not we can now find our way forward. Oh, it was him I was hearing. Hopefully this is the last person I have to fight. Hello? Oh, there we go. Oh, for fuck's sake, are you fucking kidding me? Next episode.